Violence, jobs, and endurance. These were our top topics as Mayor Frank Scott Jr. sits down with THV 11 for the first time since announcing his re-election campaign.
THV 11's Ashley Godwin has the details on his priorities as he hopes to convince voters he should get a second term.
I never expected that we would lead and endure through.
Mayor Frank Scott Jr. takes a pause as he recollects the last 3 years.
A historic snowstorm, historic flood, a global pandemic that no one's seen since 1918.
His historic term as the first elected black mayor for Little Rock didn't come without hardships. Mayor Scott promised to unite the city, improve public safety, and revitalize underserved communities. In the summer of 2020, civil protests ensued after the death of George Floyd, the unrest hitting Arkansas's capital city. Little Rock then began seeing increases in violent crime, 2021 being the second highest year on record for murders.
Someone as being a mayor of the city, but also a son of the city that actually lives in neighborhoods where most of the crime happens, believe me, I know what's going on. And it's unacceptable for any resident, whether it's in College Station or Chenal Valley, that if you experience violent crime, property crime, or breaking and entering, we know it's unacceptable.
Little Rock has had 17 murders so far this year. That's up 31% from this time last year. Our violent crime rate is up 10%.
But when I talk to people and they say that they feel unsafe or they see, how many homicides we have, what is your response as the leader to these people who say they don't feel safe?
Sure. When crime happens at your home, of course you're not going to feel safe. It's my job to ensure that we not only address the perception of crime, but the reality of it. And we know that we've seen a violent crime uptick. We also know that we've driven the violent crime uptick down.
Mayor Scott is working to address this crime surge, now going on for 2 years, through several means, including using almost $2 million federal dollars for crime prevention, using proactive policing in areas where crime is higher, and ramping up police recruiting efforts through raises and sign-on bonuses.
This is an issue, a systemic and institutional issue that has to be addressed and not thrown under the rug.
Since he took office, thousands of new jobs have come to the capital city with a new Amazon facility, Trader Joe's, Costco, and last week, Synthesia, an international company that made Little Rock's port its first U.S. location.
And the reason why people are locating to Little Rock is because of our people, because of our workforce.
In Little Rock, Ashley Godwin, THV 11 News.
Ashley asked the mayor what made him decide to run for re-election. He told her there was never any doubt about running again.
And as far as his political aspirations, he said the only job he wants is to be mayor of Little Rock.